Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, I'll be breaking into the weekly deals and discounts in Grand Theft Auto Online. This week seems to be a very special one, as the Kosatka appears to be 40% off. If you are a player that does not own the Kosatka yet, buy it now. It's not something like, this is a decent investment. The Kosatka is probably the most important vehicle to buy in the game. If you own it, you're going to make millions off of it doing the Cayo Perico heist. So please buy it. You're going to save a crap ton of money this week, and I'm really hoping that when Rockstar posts their newswire, there's going to be a lot of bonus money doing the heist as well this week. I'll have to make a live stream on it and probably a video if that is the case. With that aside, let us get into the first two vehicles that you can possibly get for free. We have the baller of some sort. Honestly, I looked at the wheel spin and I didn't know what vehicle it was, but it's definitely some sort of baller. I have the baller LE here. It's an SUV. It's one of the faster SUVs, but there's really nothing too special about it. I never know if this is based off the Range Rover or the Ford Explorer, but they look pretty similar either way. But yeah, it's an SUV. If you win it, keep it, I guess. It's fun. You'll probably get you from point A to point B, and it can seat 4 people, so what's not to like? This is a pretty sick vehicle. The Tropos Rally. It's honestly an awesome little rally car, and I'd suggest to get it this week as part of the LS Car Meet. With these two vehicles aside, and now we go over to the deals. I'm actually going to be showing the price tags this week by looking on the websites. Let me know if you like it better where I just talk about the deals really quickly, get into the car, drive it a bit, or the way I'm going to do it this week. Let me know what you like better. Either way, the Brio 300 is a little compact car. I don't think there's anything too special about it, but it'll bring you from point A to point B, which is about as useful as any car is. It normally costs $457,000, and it's $320,000 this week. The real problem I have with the Brio is, yes, while it may get you from point A to point B, it's going to get you there much slower than a lot of other vehicles. It's probably one of the slowest cars in the game. I think less than 100 miles per hour is its top speed, and that's also the same for the Benny's version. So, yeah, I wouldn't really suggest to get your hands on this vehicle, but it's kind of fun to drive. I mean, it's a little Fiat, so how can you not like driving it? Oh, God, I don't like driving it. No. Well, stuck it, haha. Yeah, but in all seriousness, I wouldn't really suggest to buy this car. There's nothing really good about it, and yeah, it's quite expensive. Even $300,000 is expensive for a vehicle that you're probably just going to store in your garage and never drive again. Making our way back over to the parking lot, we're going to do this vehicle here. If you're wondering why this car's parked off towards the side, it's because I didn't even see this car when I was looking originally. It's the Volcar Nebula Turbo. It's a pretty cool looking vehicle, and it's, again, on sale. It's not a crazy amount off, but it's not really a vehicle I would even buy to begin with. It normally costs $797,000. You can save just about $250 on the car, and it's going to be $550,000 now. It's just not a great car when it comes to handling. I mean, you can see, like, literally driving this thing, yes, it's absolutely amazing at probably drifting, but it's definitely, oh my, this thing drifts a lot more than you thought, and maybe it's because the wheels are so cambered, but holy crappy holy, this thing is just drift mania. I gotta be real, it is actually kind of fun to drift in, but apart from that, I wouldn't really suggest to buy this car. It doesn't look amazing if you want my opinion on that, but obviously look is subjective. But yeah, it's a car. I think it's based off a BMW, maybe a Volvo. Honestly, I have no clue what it's based off of, but either way, I wouldn't suggest to get it. It's a car, though, but yeah. Let's move on to the next one, which I actually think is a pretty good deal. We have this, the Vamos. I think muscle cars are cool, and I think this muscle car looks really, really sick, especially with the extended arches on the side, the way the hood kind of pops out, and obviously you can customize it any way, and this is just kind of the way it came customized. So if we make our way to southern San Andreas once again, we can see the Vamos is on sale for a pretty decent chunk off. Normally it's $596,000. This week it's $417,000. The Vamos doesn't drive great, I can definitely say that, and I don't think it's one of the fastest muscle cars either. So if you're going for speed or like maneuverability, this is probably not the vehicle, but it's honestly pretty fun to drive. And I just think, as I said, it looks pretty nice. I am a big fan of any nice looking muscle car because I like American muscle. The fact that you can see, I'm not sure if those are turbochargers or superchargers in the front, but the fact that you can see them, maybe even a centrifugal, or whatever the heck they're called, I don't know. They're pretty cool either way. And I think this car is sweet. So yeah, I actually don't think this is too bad of a deal. I mean, heck, any car that's on sale is a pretty decent deal. It just depends if that's the car you're in the mood to buy, and that's the car you kind of want. I always suggest if you're gonna buy a car, you might as well get it while it's on sale. This is a vehicle that if you didn't get for free, is Big Sag. It's the De Classe Hot Ring Saber. The reason why it's Big Sad is because the Hot Ring Saber was actually given away for free during the Sprunk vs. E. Cola event, like a month, 2 months ago? It was a bit of time ago, but I mean, it was given away absolutely for free, and now it's $581,000 on sale. I mean, you're saving about $250,000-$60,000 on the vehicle, but still, I mean, you could have gotten it for free. Would I suggest to buy this car? Not really. I mean, it's a sports car, and it drives pretty fast. It's got pretty good handling, as obviously it's a stock car, but the problem is that it's not really a vehicle that you would, drive too much because it has no lights. It has really nothing going for it. It's just a body and an engine. That's really all it is. I was actually looking at like eBay Motors the other day. Somebody was selling like a NASCAR that was actually raced in NASCAR only for like 50 grand. I was thinking about it. I was like, well, technically really all you're buying is an engine, a steering wheel, and wheels. It's not like a normal car where you've got amenities inside. This is literally all you get. I mean, there's not even proper windows. I'm pretty sure they use plexiglass for the windows so they don't shatter if you crash. So, yeah, that's pretty funny. All right, well, with that aside, next up we have the Itali RSX, which is actually a pretty sweet car. Although I gotta be real, I don't like the back of it that much. The RSX it's a nice car. It's got one of the higher top speeds when it comes to the I think it's a supercar actually, but it's got one of the higher top speeds. Normally costs 3.5. Oh wait, no, this is the sports car. This one normally costs 3.5 million, and if you have the trade price, it's 2.6. You can get it 1.8 or 2.4. Honestly, it's not an awful deal. Yeah, this is the sports car. I always get this mixed up with the Furia because very, very similar frontal look, but the back is, I don't love the back. I know a lot of people do like it. Personally, I don't know. It's not my favorite kind of design. But what I will say is that this is, I think, the second fastest sports car in the game, right behind the Pariah. So, if you like the way the Pariah drives, although I will say this thing has absolutely awful handling. Like, it's got to be one of the worst handling cars I've ever driven. Look at this. It just spins out every little bit of corner you try to make. But yeah, the RSX is a nice car. I think the front looks really nice. It's just the back is not my favorite on the vehicle. But what I will say is that for the fact that it's $1 million off if you don't own the trade price, and it's still like $800,000 off if you do, it's actually a pretty good deal. And I wouldn't say not to buy it because it is one of the fastest sports cars in the game. Now, sure, I'd still say the Pariah is probably better for a lot of situations, but if you want a different vehicle that not everybody owns, the RSX is definitely a nice car. This is a very old vehicle, the Overflawed Entity XF. This is based off one of the original Konisigs, and I'm actually surprised Rockstar even remembers to send that thing on sale. It's a vehicle that I'm actually happy is on sale because not many people even know it really exists. It's all the way at the bottom, had to scroll all the way down, keep going, there it is, Entity XF. Normally it's $795,000. This week you can get it for $556,000. Honestly, I'd say this is a steal. First of all, it's a supercar, and it's actually a pretty decently fast supercar with really good handling. It's got that little mesh on the back that lets you see inside of the engine. This is one of the first cars that actually let you see inside the engine back in the day, and it's got pretty good handling for a supercar. It's got a pretty nice interior. I mean, for all things considered, this car I think was released on almost, well, maybe it was release day for Grand Theft Auto. So yeah, it's a pretty sick vehicle, and I would definitely actually say to pick it up. For how cheap it is, I mean, think about it. It's only $500,000 for a supercar. That is incredibly cheap, and it just kind of brings me back to the good old times when everything was a lot cheaper. But you know what? People always say there's inflation in this game. Yes, there is. Vehicles cost more, like the RSX is $1.8 million on sale, but at the same time, I can do one heist that'll make me $1.2 million. So while, yes, there is inflation in this game, I think everybody's kind of wrong on that because you can make more money as well, a lot more than you used to be able to make back in the day. After the Entity, we move on to the Immorgan, a vehicle that I just don't like the look of. I didn't even know it was electric until I drove it just a moment ago. I think the front's kind of ugly. I think the back is kind of ugly, and yeah, that's really all there is to say about the vehicle. I mean, heck, if you like electric cars and the amazing acceleration they carry, then it's not a bad vehicle. I mean, it's normally 2.165, and you can get it for 1.5, so I mean, you'll save close to $600,000 on the car, which is not bad at all. And you can see just slightly tapping the gas how fast electric cars accelerate. I'm not sure exactly what the top speed is because it's a car I've never really cared to look at, but it seems decently fast, 100 and maybe 15. Oh, almost ran that person over. Oh, wow, handling's not amazing on the vehicle, but yeah, it's a car. It's nothing special. It'll get you from point A to point B just like all the others, although I will say handling actually doesn't seem too bad, but it is a little bit, if you turn it too hard, it seems to like to spin out. But yeah, not bad at all. Okay, so yeah, I wouldn't suggest to buy this. Well, it's all really down to, again, if you like electric vehicles. If you think this is the kind of car that'll suit your needs, then I'd say pick it up because it's on sale. Any car that's on sale that you like, I'd suggest to buy. There's no reason not to. It's like 40% off. So let's make our way back. There's a couple vehicles left, and the majority of them are actually Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, Immorgan. Actually, I don't care. I don't even like this car. But the majority of the vehicles we're going to be showcasing are Warstock after we finish with the Sevestra. Now, the Sevestra is actually a sports classics, which is kind of weird because it's one of those sports classics that kind of crosses the line between a sports car, and that's actually the case in its top speed as well. Pretty sure this vehicle goes over like 120 miles per hour, which is honestly pretty nice. The Sevestra is normally not incredibly expensive at $990,000. You can get it for $693 this week, and I mean, you can see it's a vehicle. There's nothing crazy about it. I think the spoiler does look pretty sick on it though, and weirdly enough, it has machine guns mounted on the front. Unfortunately, for anybody wondering, the machine guns they don't really do much, I'm going to be honest. They're, first of all, mounted at an awful angle. I mean, what the heck? What are you? Okay. Welcome to my life where people drive into me. Okay. But as you can see, they really don't do that much. They do kind of the opposite of a lot. They really don't do anything. So, yeah, if you like sports classics, which I do, I think I actually own this car, and you think it's on sale and it's a decent price, pick it up. I can't really say there's anything special about the car. It's a car. It's decent. Nothing crazy about it, though. Not one of the fastest, although I do think it actually has a pretty good lap time for sports classics. This, I'm not even going to bother to really talk that much about. It's a Warstock vehicle. We actually got a lot of vehicles for sale in Warstock. We have the Varus. It's normally 192 to 134. We have the weaponized dinghy. Didn't bother really spawning it because who cares? Yeah, it's a weaponized dinghy. You'll never use it. Don't buy it. The Squatty is a little bit unique. Not only is it decent at off-roading, but the snorkel actually works on the vehicle. The Vetter, it's another pretty useless vehicle I wouldn't suggest to buy. You're never going to use it. Manchester Scout, I would 100% suggest to buy. The Manchester Scout, I think, is one of the fastest motorcycles like in the game, over 140 something miles per hour of a top speed, and the fact that you can get it for 157,000, especially if you're a new player, absolutely steal. So get your hands on the Manchester Scout. The Winky, it looks cool. You'll see in a moment. Looks like a World War II Jeep, but apart from that, it's not special. And then we have the Annihilator Stealth. The reason I would suggest not to buy the Annihilator Stealth is that the Akula exists, which is just a better Annihilator Stealth, in my personal opinion. But hey, it is pretty decent on sale at about, it appears about, well, that doesn't look right, unless that's a 9, so maybe it's about $900,000 off. But yeah, this is the Varus. It's a vehicle. I would never suggest to buy it. Oh my god, is it, what the, this thing's like a wheelie monster. Oh, I didn't mean to, oh, sorry about that. Look at this, just, wait, I can't do it anymore. Wait, I gotta figure this out. Turn, ooh, it's not doing it anymore. Well, I tried. Either way, it's a pretty lame vehicle. Don't buy it. I thought it was kind of a wheelie monster, but it turns out it's not. Oh, sorry about that, Mr. Helicopter. Next up, we have the Squatty, which is, it's decent. I wouldn't really suggest to, as I said, it's got a working snorkel. That's really the only good thing about it. Apart from that, there's nothing really crazy. It's not very fast. It's not the best at off-roading. There are definitely better off-roaders out there, especially because it has that little metal, I guess that's a winch on the front. And the problem is when you have that winch on the front, you're going to see it stops the car from climbing. It just kind of pushes stuff out of the way. But still a pretty cool vehicle, and if you like off-roaders and it looks cool to you, then pick it up. The Varus, or I don't even remember what this is called, the Vetter, I'm not going to drive it. It's a, yeah, what is there to learn about it? Yay. We have the Winky, which I actually love the look of. I have to say, I'm probably going to pick this up. First of all, it looks like just a normal 1940s Willy Jeep, which is amazing, and that's why it's called the Winky, is because it's actually called the Willy in real life. But yeah, the lights all work on it. I actually think this vehicle looks awesome. The problem is it's not very fast. I mean, this is me holding down full gas. It's really slow. I mean, heck, a golf cart seems to accelerate faster than this vehicle. So that's a little unfortunate. But to be fair, in real life, this thing was severely underpowered and wasn't going to get you from point A to point B that fast either. And then finally, as I said, we have the Manchester Scout, which is only about 150,000 and an absolute beast of a vehicle. I would highly suggest to pick up. As I said, the Manchester Scout is one of the fastest motorcycles in the game, and that's because it's able to hold such a strong wheelie. You're going to watch here, and the thing just doesn't stop. You get to keep doing this wheelie over and over, and unlike a lot of vehicles, you can see you can actually control the wheelie while you're driving it. So I can just keep going, keep going, keep going. The speed we are already going is insane on this vehicle, and as you can see, just keep holding the wheelie. This is why the Manchester Scout is a must-buy vehicle, and yeah, I'd highly suggest to pick it up. And then finally, as I said, we have the Annihilator Stealth, which is about $900,000 off. Personally, I wouldn't suggest to buy it, as I said, as long as you own the Akula, or even if you don't own the Akula, just pick it up before you buy the Annihilator Stealth. Problem is, the Annihilator doesn't really have anything over the Akula. I think it's supposed to have, like, machine guns. That's maybe the big advantage, but it doesn't really seem like it has a big advantage to me. Let's put on the brakes. Oh, turning's not amazing on this motorcycle, but I guess that is expected. So yeah, with the Annihilator Stealth, I mean, you're going to see there's nothing too special about it. You have an option of, I think it's missiles or machine guns, just like the Akula. In fact, I think the Akula has both, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see I have missiles that are homing. I think you can also do barrage missiles on this, if I'm not mistaken. But there you go. There's your homing missiles. And then you get machine guns, which are, they're mid. I mean, they're not insane machine guns, but they do stuff. And then you enter stealth mode. And there you go. Now I'm in stealth mode. So, it's a vehicle. I wouldn't ever suggest to buy it. But, yeah. If you wanted it, it's on sale this week. Hopefully, you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.